Welcome everybody to the brand new Prestige Jewelry Club. We'll be showcasing some of the most stunning, exquisite jewelry at the most unbelievable prices. We're a new network here and we're coming to change the game by cutting out all the middleman and passing that savings on to you. And we'll also be bringing in one of our expert guest gemologists, Irit, to provide even more insight into the quality of our jewels. All that and so much more coming up on the Prestige Jewelry Club. Hi, and welcome to the Prestige Jewelry Club. I'm Ashlea and this is Irit. Hi Irit, it's so nice to have you here
So good to
today.
be here.
Yes, it's good to see you. Now I just want to ask you before we get started, how did you get into gemology? How did you end up getting your start?
Well, at the risk of boring our viewers, they may have heard it tons of time. You know, it was something that happened par hasard, by chance. I happened to visit a friend, and he was a gemologist, and he was a stone dealer, and he had a few lines of tourmaline, and each line of the tourmaline had the multicolors of the rainbow. And the interesting thing was that it was each color, each line was a different hue or different tone rather of the colors. One was very vibrant and vivid. Another one was kind of timid, dark colors. There was another one that was totally pastel. And it was fascinating. I couldn't. He said this was the same mineral. This was the same gem. I said, well, how come it has so many different colors? And he said, well, you know, all it takes sometimes is just a tiny trace mineral of another mineral. So if you have aluminum in a silicate of a tourmaline, then if something else replaces a few atoms of the aluminum, what you have is a different color.
That's amazing.
So copper makes it into a paraiba.
Sure.
Manganese makes it into a pink or a rubellite. It depends
Changes
on
it.
It depends on how much of the trace element you have in each one of those stones. And that was it. I saw that and I said, I need to know more about this. Yes. And so I got totally lit up. That was that became my passion.
Yeah. Well, we're so glad that you did. I know
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
So I want to get started. We have a lot of great products. We're going to start with something a little bit different. It's a black Ethiopian opal pendant with white zircon. Now I love this because it's a little bit different than what people typically think of when they think opal. This is a black Ethiopian opal and white zircon pendant, and this is going to be $243. We are giving you a rock star price. I love that name, Rockstar Price. Estimated retail value is $579 for this. Irit, tell us what we need to know about this.
Well, two opals in recent finds were mostly from Ethiopia. And what we find is that we have extremely vibrant stones. You can see the broad and very bold play of color. Opal comes, the word opal comes from play of color, opalescence.
Okay.
And what is fantastic about the Ethiopian stones is that it covers the whole colors of the rainbow. You have a lot of red, which is what we all desire.
Yes.
And then it has greens and blues and violets and purplish and oranges.
Yes.
It's got all the colors of the rainbow. What are it to look like with your outfit?
You know, you're reading my mind. I was just going to place it on myself since I have a darker color on. I thought it might really look nice with it.
And it does work very well with it. It brings out a lot of the greens in it.
It's called a black Ethiopian opal, but I think that when you're just looking at it, it picks up so many other colors. It's not just black.
It's also what we pick up, what our eye is picking up, because our eye is not very good at discerning colors. If I would show you this color in one environment and then in a different environment, that's what I learned as a gemologist.
Sure.
When we swear and we say, oh, it's the same color. And if you see it in two different environments, you are not going to see the same color. And two people will see two different colors. And the next thing we found out as gemologists during our studies in the GIA is that our ability to carry color, if I looked at the color here and if I would have to duplicate it over here, our brain is not able to do it in a very reliable way. So our eyesight is not the most reliable source of information.
Sure. All right, so we have 4 black opals to showcase in this first block. I love this. We're gonna move on. That was our black opal, Ethiopian opal, and white zircon pendant. That's in a 14-karat white gold, again for $243. That is while we are on the air. Call us and get that price. That price will not last. I want to move on to a black opal and white zircon ring. Now this, we're going from a pendant to a ring, something for all your parts of your body. We're gonna give you this today for $381. That is a show price of $381 for this beautiful Ethiopian black opal and white zircon ring. I love this ring, it's so interesting.
Did you realize that it has a 1 carat 06 in diamonds?
Is it diamonds or white zircon?
Oh, sorry, zircon. I am so used to diamonds. It's zircon.
That's a great thing to be. That is not a problem.
I'm so glad you remembered.
That's a good problem to have, to be used to diamonds. But these are beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit, since you brought up, about zircon as opposed to,
zircon is a natural stone. It is mined in quite a number of places. It's very difficult to know where this zircon was mined, but I would assume that since it's clear zircon, it's probably from Sri Lanka, and it's a great source for zircon. But zircon can be found in South Africa, in many places around the world. It's one of the oldest minerals on Earth, and mostly found colorless. But sometimes we're very lucky, and we find it in blue, or in reddish color, or in orangey color, or in green color. Again, you have some incredible interferences within the stone, and you have that fantastic possibility of colors.
Absolutely.
So here we're using the colorless zircon. The colorless are the same as diamond. Diamonds are colorless, and they reflect because they're so close. In the refractive index, it's a terminology used by gemologists. But what it says is that when the light hits it, a lot of light comes back right at us.
Yes.
It's not disappearing into the stone. The darker the stone, the more light will disappear. The wonderful thing about the structure of the zircon is that lights hit it, goes through, and comes back.
What's
fantastic.
It gives you all that sparkle you want.
Does.
And it's such a great price. Again, that was our black Ethiopian opal and white zircon ring. That's $381. We're giving you our rock star price out there. And that is while we are on the air. So call us and get that ring. All of these are one of a kind. So no one else is going to have this on your finger. I want to move on to another ring. We have another setting. So that's another black Ethiopian and white opal and white zircon ring. Now this is going to be a little bit different than the last one we saw. This one we're going to be giving to you for a price of $370. It's going to be in a different setting. I love it. It's got that nice spherical, it's a bold statement ring. Again, one of a kind. Call us, get that rock star price. $370, estimated retail value $880. I love this ring. I think it can be worn as a cocktail ring. It can be worn, you know, with a gown. There's so many options for this.
Oh yeah, this could be an everyday ring as well as evening ring.
Yeah, it's
Easily a day into the evening.
I love transitional pieces. I feel like in our
You don't have to go home and get redressed.
Absolutely. That's what, you know, I think everyone needs. There's so many, you know, women on the go that are working and
We have a
running
busy life. We do.
juggling everything.
And we're not carrying a whole case of jewelry with us because it's not a safe thing to do.
No.
And it's not so much because of theft, because of misplacing things.
Oh, I feel like I left it somewhere, and then it
Yeah,
just
I
shows
do
up.
the same thing.
I put it in the safe place, and then I can never find it. So safe.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I think everybody would feel the same. This is a sentiment I'm sure all of humanity can share with you. We put
Yes.
it in a very safe place.
Absolutely. So that was a one-of-a-kind black opal and white zircon ring. Again, $370 for that rock star price. Call us while you're on the air and get that price. Put that beautiful opal on your finger. You will not regret it. Okay, moving on. I want to go to another example. I love all these different settings. We are giving you options here of the black opal and another white zircon ring. This is a beautiful ring we'll be giving to you for $446. Now that is while we are on the air. Again, call us, get this ring. I love it. It's similar to the last one, but it's got a little bit more flair to it
And
as
it
well.
is 14 karat, and so it really brings the value up. And I
what else
like
do you need
it.
to know?
You know what it reminds me? Look at the side of the shank. Isn't that like a buckle?
It is.
Yeah, it's a
that's so
very
funny.
interesting design element.
I hadn't thought of it until you just said it. But
Yeah,
buckle or maybe
it's a
fork.
buckle and a tongue, right? You have the tongue to hold the belt.
It's beautiful, you know, and I love the opals. It almost, whenever I look at them, it reminds me of like mystical. You know, there's a mystique to opals that I think is so.
True.
It's almost hypnotizing.
You know, I went to a couple of stores today to see. I had my retail therapy today.
And that's why you're so happy.
Yes, that's why I am so happy. So I walked around Fifth Avenue and I wanted to see what are people doing, and it was interesting because there were at least 7 designers in one of the major department stores. I'm not gonna say names.
Fair enough.
But 7 different designers in one of the major department stores on Madison Avenue. That's helpful enough if somebody's looking for it. And they were using opals extensively. This is really the stone of the year. I had no idea. I mean, I've been reading a lot in Trade Magazine how the discovery of Ethiopian opal has really grown the market and created tremendous interest in it. And there is a lot of fashion that is taken into it. People are using it even for buttons in expensive fashion jewelry, in fashion costume. Haute couture. So it was kind of interesting to see how much people are doing with opal and what they're doing with it. Very different designs.
That's amazing. It can be used in so many different things. I do want to move on. We have a couple more things to show in this first book.
I rattle on and on.
No, I love your stories. I love them. I could listen to them all day. So that was our black Ethiopian opal and white zircon ring. That was going for $446. Again, while we are on the air, we have one more one-of-a-kind ring. All these rings are one-of-a-kind. All of these opals in this first section are one-of-a-kind. So I want to remind everyone of that. And this one is especially different than anything we've seen. This is another black Ethiopian opal and white zircon. Again, a different setting. This is going to be $509 for this stunning ring. Now this is going to be our host pick for the hour. So this is I love this ring. I think it's really different. I think it's not like
Would you put it on? Let me see what it looks like on you.
If I must.
It's hard. It's hard for me to see what's on that
Sure, absolutely. Let me get this tag out of the way. So there we have it.
And
I
may
love it. Yes,
may I
you
have
may, of course.
A quick look.
Get closer.
Lovely, lovely. Very mystical.
It's beautiful. I love this ring. It almost kind of looks like a dragon claw, like some mystic creatures, you know.
It does
Or an
have this
eye, yeah.
mystery to it.
I love it, and it's not like something that a lot of people have. You know, I mean, I know it's something. I have a lot of, you know, jewelry that is very classic and very much, you know, can be worn all the time. And this is something that's really different. It's a statement piece. It's a cocktail ring, which I love.
And people will ask you, what is this?
What is that?
Where did you get it?
And you can say it's a one of a kind. It's a one of a kind ring.
True.
So that was our black Ethiopian opal and white zircon ring.
Would you like me to put it on?
Put it on our spinning. I call that our disco ball of jewelry.
The disco ball of jewelry. I'm going to move the tag so it's not in the way.
Yes, please do. So again, that's our host pick for the hour, $509. That is while we are on the air. Call us, get that price. It will not last. You want that one-of-a-kind ring on your finger. That looks great. I want to move on. We have one more thing, one more pendant in this block.
Oh, this is
and
lovely.
This is another, we're finishing out with our last black Ethiopian opal and white zircon pendant. This we're going to be selling for $304. I love our pendants here.
Let me pull it a little.
Yes, please do.
We can
Help me out.
position it a little lower, and you can actually see the you can see
beautiful.
the stone and you can see the zircon.
I love this. I love the pendants because you can put whatever kind of chain you like with it. You could do something even more
Exactly. It gives you
extravagant with it if you want.
versatility.
Mix it up with a different color chain, mix the metals. I love that we sell our pendants and you have
Absolutely.
so many options with them.
Yes.
This is beautiful. So again, that was our Ethiopian opal and white zircon pendant. We are selling to you for $304. That is our rock star
it's too
price.
bad that the tag is right
Get
in the
the
middle of
detail.
it. Let's put it over here so we can see.
You're in
that.
charge, Irit.
We can
I like
see
it.
the beautiful
Oh, there it
piece.
is. It's so beautiful. I love the detail on the top of that. You
Yeah,
know, it really
is.
gives it something extra.
Almost looks like a flame, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Or a flower that somebody said, love you,
know
love you
what?
not, love
Actually,
me,
like
love
a
me not.
lotus leaf. You know how the lotus leaves are built within each other? Probably those who really
it's
know
beautiful.
lotus leaf will say that I'm dreaming, but but to me it does look like a lotus leaf, and it's kind of an interesting
Yeah,
design.
I love this. So that was our black Ethiopian opal and white zircon pendant. Again, all of those black Ethiopian opals that we showed here today, the rings and the two pendants, are one of a kind. I want to remind everyone of
Very
that.
good.
Call us, get these deals while you can. And all of the pendants are with the chain, I just found out, which is something new we're
that's
doing here at the
perfect.
Prestige Jewelry Club.
That's
so you can use
perfect.
this chain or use something you
That's
have at
perfect.
home. So many options.
So if you want to wear it right away, you got it. If you want to
you
use
wanna-
your own
sure.
chain, or if you want to go out and buy
Retail
a fancy
therapy.
chain, or if you want to go on our website and select a fourth chain,
Sure,
that's
why
great.
not?
It all works out.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
it's one of the things that it's such a nice thing to get a gift.
Absolutely. Who doesn't
Yeah.
want a gift? And remember, we are brand new here at PJCTV, and we're here to always bring you the absolute best values. We can do that because we cut out all the middleman and we pass that savings on to you. So just wait to see what's up next on the Prestige Jewelry Club.
Still more to come on the Prestige Jewelry Club.
When I was a young man, well, that's just the way it was, where I was from. You got married and you had a family. And nobody had any money. My price range was nowhere near it was between a cigar band and a Cracker Jack box. 3 kids, and 30 years later, I thought I should get her what she deserved. But I wanted to get her when we were first married. And the more I see it on her, the more I see the tolerant young lady that I married.
Join the PPJCTV on Facebook and Twitter at PPJCTV. See our one-of-a-kind series on Pinterest, and join us live weeknights from 6 to 9 on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Prestige Jewelry Club. I'm Ashley here with Irit, and we're continuing with a lot more opals. We just finished up the black Ethiopian opal.
I hope they're Ethiopian opals.
Well, they are Ethiopian opals
Great.
coming up. Your wish is my command, Irit.
Yeah, probably our viewers are sick of hearing me talk about Ethiopian opals. But, you know, it used to be that opals were such unattractive stones because very few of them were really vibrant, full of play of color, a lot of dead areas. There used to be a lot of crazing. Crazing means that it's very dried out. Did you know that opals have a lot of water in it?
No.
Yes, it does. So when if and when the water dries out, the opals become very crackly.
Oh.
And so to find good opals was not an easy task. And so I didn't have any love affair with it. The new deposits that were found in Ethiopia have such a great quality. I haven't seen any stones whatsoever that have crazing. I haven't seen any stones that have dead zones. I haven't seen any stones that don't have a beautiful play of color. They're all lively, vibrant, and affordable.
Sure.
So this is
So
what
it's
we're
perfect
showing
for
probably.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd love to see it. Let me see.
If we must, Irit, you ask, and I have.
I haven't had a chance to go over our jewelry, so to
You
me it's
are
all new.
appraising it on site, so
I'm not appraising it. I'm admiring it.
Absolutely. So we're going to move on, and we're going to show you a little more of our Ethiopian opals. This is more of a traditional, you know, when you think of opal, you think of this beautiful traditional kind of the opal color. This is another Ethiopian opal with white zircon again. This is $565. That's our price while we are on the air. Call us and get that price. The price will not last. As it's turning, it just kind of makes me giddy because you see all the colors and the sparkle.
Beautiful.
And I love this ring. What can you tell us about this ring, Irit?
Well, let me take a
Yes,
look and
please
see
do.
if I have
Get
any
closer.
comments to add to it. You know, I haven't seen a lot of zircon in surrounding diamonds because most zircons that I've seen are larger stones. So I am absolutely amazed at how wonderful they reflect the light and return it to us, how they create a great statement. It would not be possible to have that price if it was all in diamond, but it is possible to have it with natural zircon.
And I do want to talk a little bit about the difference between zircon. You say natural zircon. I think a lot of people might know cubic zirconia, which I believe is man-made, correct?
Exactly. It's man-made. It's made in a laboratory, and so the cost of it is a fraction of what natural zircons. Natural zircon has to be mined. You have to go into the ground and dig it out. You know, if you're lucky, it has some alluvial deposit. Alluvial means that it's in the riverbed, but the riverbeds have been cleaned up in Sri Lanka. There is nothing left anymore in the riverbed. You do have to go into the ground to get.
You have to look for it.
You have to look for it. And so you do have to mine, and going into a mine involves cost, and it involves human, and people have to spot it and say, here is stones that we want to cut. So yes, it's a totally different story from cubic zirconia,
right?
Or most people would call it CZ.
You got all the lingo. I like it. So that was our Ethiopian opal and white zircon. We have another Ethiopian opal and white zircon ring. This is a little different as well. We're giving you this one today for $612, this beautiful Ethiopian opal and white zircon ring. It's in a 14 karat white gold. So I love white gold. I think it's a great
with your coloring, it's perfect.
I do. I have a cooler
you have a very
color,
cool tone. I have a very warm tone with a lot of yellow and orange and red.
So you love what yellow?
So I love gold. Yellow. Yellow goes well with me.
Yeah, I really love all of these opal rings that we're showing today. I just think we're showing so many different options and colors. And
very true.
And this, I think, is, when I saw these two rings that we just showed, it was what I traditionally think of as opal, Before working here, I hadn't seen as many colors of opal as we have. So we've seen black already today. Now we have this more traditional take on it, and I love this ring. It's really a genuine cocktail statement piece.
Cocktail statement, and I agree with you. Yeah, and that's definitely a ring you could wear to an event in the evening, right?
Yeah.
Or if you go on a date.
Oh.
How about that?
Oh. Well, I'll have to set that date up promptly after I buy this ring.
Please do. We'll set the date
Sure.
and then buy the ring.
Deal. So I do want to move on to another take on Ethiopian opal. I know you love your Ethiopian opal, so we're going to move on to another color. And we have your yellow gold. I told you, you ask and you receive, right?
Yes, that's terrific.
So this is a red Ethiopian opal, excuse me.
Yes.
And this is actually with diamonds. So before we were seeing the opal with zircon, now we're showing it here, red Ethiopian opal and diamond ring. And this is in a 14 karat yellow gold for $817. Can you believe
Very
that?
affordable. Very affordable.
It's a stunning ring. What can you tell us about this ring, Irit?
Not sure I have a lot to say.
Okay.
Again, we're talking about opals from Ethiopia.
Sure.
This is, it received its color from a dye,
Okay.
and the dye is permanent, irrevocable. It will never leave the stone.
Okay.
And one of the wonderful advantages in opal that you have layers of silicate, and water is trapped in it. Between the layers of the silicate, rather spheres of silicate. The silicate is like glass, and then if you are to treat the stone in some way, in which case that's what we did here, you're actually treating the water that is captured within the stone.
Okay.
And so it will always stay there. It's just a beautiful way of creating something fantastic out of the opal.
Sure.
I love that opal.
I love it's a very warm color.
And if we were to compare it to a Mexican fire opal, you would not see the difference.
I almost
the
called
only
it that. That's
difference,
so funny.
exactly. I noticed that you almost say
started.
that.
I
The only difference is price. It's a fraction of the price of that size fire opal. Mexican fire opal.
It is stunning. I do want to take, so we have this red opal. I want to take a look at another one. And like you said, these are so affordable. So I love that, we have the option here of, if you're not ready to necessarily spend a certain amount and you want something that's just, that's just beautiful and emulates a stone, like a Mexican fire opal, or, I've seen things that, you can be substituted for emeralds and things. So it's really great, it's like a starter jewelry too.
Jewelry is really all about
Absolutely.
accessorizing. It's all about fun.
Absolutely.
It's all about, it's not investment. It's about the fun of wearing it. It's the fun of how you feel when you wear it. It's the fun of how people look at you when, a lot of us, it's very important to us what people think of us. It's also the fun of having something to leave for your children and something that has a story behind it that you share with your family.
Absolutely.
So, these are all fantastic opportunity to grow your collection.
To grow your collection and something you can share, with someone else too, like you said, with gifts and things. I do want to show this other ring, another red Ethiopian opal. This is cherry red, and this is also shown with diamonds. This is going to be $572. We're selling this for while we are on the air. Call us and get that price. The number's on the bottom of your screen. Become a member. Again, I want to remind you, membership is free and easy. Call us or go online to become a member. And you get 30 days, love it, or send it back, which is I also love.
Fantastic deal. Let's move on.
Yes, absolutely. So that was our cherry red Ethiopian opal.
Oh,
and
did you notice the play of color? It's beautiful. And that's only available to you in a cabochon because it allows the light to go right through the stone and then bring that play of color, break the light into the prism. Oh, fantastic!
Yes, it's beautiful.
I
love it. All the Roy G. Biv in there.
Yeah, the other stone was fantastic because it was really clean and it was faceted, very unusual. That's why it was a good substitute for Mexican fire opal. The last one. play of color
Yes,
is
just
phenomenal.
phenomenal. Oh, I love opals. So we're gonna put opals away for a minute, and we're gonna move
Okay.
on to a different stone.
All
we're gonna
right.
move on to emeralds, which I
What's
think
in store for us? Emerald.
You know,
Okay.
an emerald. So this is an emerald and white zircon ring. So we're showing zircon again as our secondary stone, which I love, making it very affordable at $679. So while we are on the air,
Emerald for $677.
Emerald. You heard it right.
That
you,
is-
you heard it right.
That
I
is
know.
a terrific price.
It sounds like we're crazy here at the Prestige Jewelry Club, but we're not. We're just cutting out the middleman and giving you the best deals. I love this. I love the 4 prongs in the yellow gold. So you have that mixed metal of the white gold and the 4 prongs being in the yellow, which is so
Yellow is always better for an emerald because it interacts with the color of the emerald, and also yellow gold is just slightly less brittle than white. And when you bend it over, when you bend the prongs to close the stone in, there's less of a risk to hurt the stone.
which we absolutely want. We do not want to hurt the emerald. That's for sure.
One of the toughest jobs, and I don't know if anybody else talks about it, one of the toughest jobs in the jewelry making is the setter. Setters are usually paid more than anybody else in your shop or in your factory because it takes incredible amount of skill to set a stone.
Sure.
You have to groove the setting all around. You have to make sure that you made the ring, but you haven't made it for this particular stone, or you may have a few of those settings, and you say, okay, I'll keep on buying the stones that have this measurement. So you have to groove the setting to make sure that the stone, that stone in particular, is going to fit perfectly into it, into the seat,
Wow.
will never fall out. Then you have to groove your prongs, because the prongs come as wires, they're round wires. It's the job of the setter to groove it very carefully all around and create a little tip. That's why the
gosh.
French call it a clou nail.
Oh, wow.
It's like a nail.
A little nail.
So
A labor of love.
it's incredible amount of work, and it's very delicate. And of course, the last thing is you put your stone in, you slowly put your prong over it, and then you take a different tool and you cap and polish your prongs.
Oh my
and this
goodness.
is done beautifully.
It's
This
a
is
stunning
absolutely
ring.
done beautifully.
It is a stunning ring. I love this ring. We have one more emerald and white zircon ring to
Sure,
show.
let's
so,
go.
so let's move on just so we can, get those options out there to the viewers. This we're showing an emerald and zircon ring. We are going to be showing our rock star price. I love that term, $580. Again, we're showing it with the yellow gold prongs, which we just talked about how great those are. And again, membership is free and easy. I love this. $1,380 retail value. So,
Fantastic.
I mean, that's over 60% savings.
That's what we say, a gimme.
A gimme.
Gimme.
Yeah, I love this. I love the green color. Now that it's warm here in New York, and I think it's getting warmer everywhere, I hope at least. And it's a great spring ring. Is Emerald May birthday?
I think you're right. Yes.
I think it is.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
May.
And it's perfect for Mother's Day.
And it's perfect for Mother's Day. Graduations are coming up.
Yes.
There's so many
Oh,
things.
I don't see a graduate from high school wearing that,
What
or
about
from college.
what about a graduate from graduate school?
Anybody in your class got that kind of a
No,
ring?
but if they're going for their doctorate, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. If they went to graduate school and a PhD, yes,
You
then
never
they
know.
deserve. They earned
Then
it.
they earned it. Right?
They earned it.
Cocktail.
Their student loan alone.
They can just pay it up. Again, that was $580 for that beautiful emerald and white zircon rings. Also, cocktail rings, which this style of ring is, are also called dinner rings. And this pear-shaped ring is so elegant, and this ring you can wear out for a big night on the town, and it doesn't look like what you'll pay for it here. It looks like so much more. So I want everyone to stay tuned, and we're going to show you some more affordable jewelry that is just beautifully and exquisitely done. Come back. That was weird.
That was-
That was a weird out.
what happened?
It just was a weird way.
You're You're watching the Prestige Jewelry Club, live from the heart of Manhattan.
I was in such a hurry to get on the road because I didn't want to miss orientation, and I turn around and I see her smiling, but with a couple of tears running down her cheek. And then she hands me this necklace that she had had when she was a girl. The smell is what I remember most. It's sort of a mixture of peanut butter cookies and licorice. She's the only person I've ever met that liked licorice. But that's what I think of when I put this on.
Do I have a moment?
Hi, and welcome back to the Prestige Jewelry Club. I'm here with Irit, and I want to remind you about our host pick. It's a pear-shaped Ethiopian black opal, and we have it at our rock star price of $509. That price will not last, so call us and get that beautiful, one-of-a-kind cocktail ring on your finger at an amazingly priced $509. I can barely believe it. So we're gonna move on. We just showed some emerald rings in the last section. We're gonna move on and start with an emerald necklace. So we're gonna keep the theme of emeralds going. So this beautiful, oh, one of my hairs is on that.
I haven't seen the merchandise, so I am
yes. So you're
curious to
you're
see
learning
what we
right
have. I'm looking at it for the first time.
I love that,
wonderful.
with new eyes. So this emerald necklace we're going to be giving to you today for $920.
To me.
Not to you, we're not gonna give it to you. To the viewers, we're giving it to them for $920. Don't you wish someone would give you an emerald
Yes,
necklace?
I would have loved it. And it would work well with what I'm wearing today.
It would look really nice. I
Yeah,
think
because
emeralds
it's pastel. We got a very pastel look of the emerald, and what I'm wearing today is very pastel-like. So it's a perfect match.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it would liven up. Because this is kind of a little on the muted side.
A neutral, so you get a little
neutral
pop
mute.
of color. This is, it also has a 14 karat gold, yellow gold lobster clasp.
Oh, great.
So
that's very good. You
that's,
know, because
yeah, tell
that
us
keeps
about
it safely on the neck.
I'm gonna show everyone at home just what.
Now, do you know what these are called, those little tiny beads?
I'd love to know.
Oh, well, they're called rondelles.
What is that? Why are they called
Rondelles. Well, it comes from the French, word, of course, rondelle, if we really want to pronounce it like the French do. But rondelle means that it's round, and basically we create. It's like a bead that is flat on the sides and has faceting all around, and then a drill hole for the silk to go through.
Okay.
Would you like to put it on?
I was going to. I'm listening to you. I promise. I'm just, getting ready to put this on as well.
Oh boy, does it look pretty!
It's nice. It's light too. It doesn't. You can wear it and not. Sometimes if you have something big on, you're just kind of like moving, barely moving.
And when you buy something like that, the opportunities are endless because you can hang off it a brooch.
Sure. Oh, that's a great.
Or you can buy one of those pendants that has a hook on, and you can hook it right in the center. So you create a different necklace every time you wear it.
Wear it with a t-shirt.
You can have it restrung with some other beads. Let's say 10 years down the road. I have turned my jewelry around so many times because you get bored with your jewelry. So I go and I say, okay, so let me take the necklace and let me add some gold element or maybe a diamond rondelle here and there so it sparkles differently. The endless opportunities when you have a bead necklace because it can be redesigned over and over and over. And all it costs you is the stringing. The stringing is immaterial. It's not even $100.
Then you can just keep reinventing the wheel. As
exactly, and create new jewelry for yourself.
I love that. Speaking of reinventing the wheel, we have some more emeralds to show. So we showed this beautiful emerald necklace. Why not have a ring that might, match perfectly?
That's a great idea.
So we have this beautiful emerald, and this is going to be emerald and diamonds, and we're selling this for $913 today while we are on the air. I want to remind everyone that membership is free and it's easy. Go online, become a member, and you can get this ring and lots of other great deals. I love this emerald. Now, tell us a little bit about the setting of this ring.
May I have the ring?
I would love to. Oh,
if
you're going to
put
get
it here. I'll pick it up.
Yes, of course.
And I'm going to use my loop because
I love the toys.
It's the safest way for me to make any kind of determination about.
Sure.
Oh my goodness, these are diamonds, right? Right, and we have princess cut diamond.
Ooh, I love a princess anything.
Cut diamond. Princess is a great word. And I actually know the man who invented the cut.
Oh, look at you.
I'm not supposed to give credit to anybody, but I know him personally very well.
So you
very
know
close
the cut
friend.
very well as well then.
Yeah, that's amazing price for that.
I know, again, $913 for this. It's emerald and diamond ring. I mean, just emeralds and diamonds don't.
It always reminds me that we, as jewelers, we always have to remind people that minerals don't grow in a vacuum.
Yeah.
They grow in the earth, and there are other minerals growing in the neighborhood. And it doesn't take one day, and it doesn't take half an hour. It takes years to grow a mineral, and sometimes the condition changes, and sometimes there is movement. There is volcano movement, there is pressure in the ground, there is heat, there is varying heat, and all kind of minerals formed inside your mineral while the crystal is growing. All right. So what we see, particularly what we see in an emerald, is what we call jardin, the garden.
It's Mother Nature's gift to us.
Totally.
We do have two more emerald rings. Now, the first two we saw, the first one we saw was with diamonds. These are both with zircon, so we're giving it a little bit of a twist, making it a little more affordable if you want to get an emerald.
Excellent.
Giving you options here. So this is our emerald and zircon ring for $644. Now, again, membership is free and easy. Call us, become a member, get this beautiful emerald and zircon ring in 14 karat white gold. We're seeing it with the white gold and the yellow gold prongs.
Always a good choice.
And I love this, rectangular cut too. I love that it's got the angles you have the angles in the center, and then on the sides with this shank, it's got some movement, some fluid movement, so it's got a little bit of everything in it.
Right. We call it an octagon. Why?
Oh, okay.
Because it's long, it's a rectangular, it's not a square stone, it's a rectangle. But the corners are cut, the corners are actually faceted, and they have step facets. So if you look at it carefully, and if it wasn't hidden by the prongs, you would see 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps in most stones. And then the same thing on the back side of it, in the pavilion.
Making it an octagon.
Making it an 8-side stone, and therefore octagon. It's also the traditional cut for an emerald cut. So many people will call it emerald cut.
Well, so let's move on to a non-traditional cut of emeralds then. What do you say?
Well, I have to look at it in order to know what it is, the non-traditional. Well, oval. Oval is not exactly non-traditional.
It's a classic cut, but it's not the emerald cut, I guess.
It's not an emerald cut. An emerald cut is an emerald cut, and it's always an octagon.
Sure, and so
or a square with 8 corners.
Right. They're a square with 8 corners. We all win. Everybody's right. So this is, again, an emerald emerald and zircon ring, again making it very affordable. This ring we're going to be selling for $570 for that rock star price while we are on the air. Kind of looks like a little sunburst to me, you know, around it.
Very much
the
so.
Zircon, how the zircon stones are, you know?
That's very true. Let me just take a quick look at it.
Sure.
I love when the prongs are pointing out. It's a little more traditional.
Okay.
It's less common today. I would say that a more formal ring would have the prongs pointing out. A more subtle ring, contemporary ring would hide the prongs. It would be part of the rings. So they may have the prongs in between the stones rather than outside of the stone.
Okay.
So fashion change, you know,
Sure.
looks change, but this is a timeless design.
Which makes it even more so amazing that we're giving it away at this price. You know, I mean, that we cut out the middleman and we give this classic, you know, cut ring.
Yes.
It's something that you can wear, you know, always, and something you can, like we said, give, you know, pass down through generations. I know some of my favorite jewelry is something I've gotten from my grandmother or my mother, you know.
There you go, exactly. So when my daughter wearing certain things, she say, that was from my great-grandmother.
It does, it gives it a little extra sentiment for sure. So we just saw an emerald and zircon ring in the 14 karat white gold. We're gonna change it up completely, Irit. We are moving on to a lemon quartz and diamond. So this is a completely different stone. This is a definite cocktail ring, for sure. So this is lemon quartz and diamond. We're giving you this for $560 while we are on the air today. Call us and become a member, get this beautiful ring, this lemon quartz. It's so clean is how when I start, you know, it reminds me of citrus, which reminds me of cleaning.
Exactly.
And, you know?
Exactly. And citrine is from the quartz family. And one of the wonderful things that we're given with the citrine is that most stones are very, very clean. And so the other wonderful aspect of quartz is that the crystals can be huge. They can be as big as this room. They can be sometimes as big as a whole building in certain parts of Brazil. So when the crystals are big, it allows you to find some very good stones and very clean stones within any given area of the crystal. That's something that is phenomenal for us.
Yeah.
Quartz is really one of the most common mineral on Earth.
Wow. And you can make these beautiful, you know, this is a statement piece for sure. This lemon quartz. Someone is going to ask you where you got this. What are you wearing?
Right,
you know?
right.
What
it's
is
beautiful.
that? I feel like
Take a look. It has a wonderful gallery.
That side, yeah.
Right on all sides of the stone. And oh, I didn't even see. It's a beautiful cushion square. It's faceted with brilliant faceting both on the top and on the crown and on the pavilion. Crown is the top of the stone, and then you have a table, and then you have a pavilion in the bottom, and it's perfect faceting for this stone.
It's beautiful. I love it. It's catching all the light. We have one more ring in this section here. So that was our lemon quartz and diamond ring, again $560. We're gonna move on to another different stone. This is a Madeira citrine and diamonds. We're showing this with diamonds as well. So this is going to be $607 for all of our members.
Excellent.
Call us while we are on the air. Get this Madeira citrine and diamond ring. I love the orange color, and I love as with the white gold and the orange, it's got that contrast, you know, of hot and cold. I like to call it.
Would you mind if I take a
No,
look at
please
this
do.
ring?
I would love for you to.
Okay. You know, from far away, I wasn't sure what the color of the prong was, but it is white. And oh, it's lovely design element. A lot of work for the setter because all the prongs are double prongs.
Right.
So in essence, he has to prepare 8 prongs, not just 4 prongs.
Okay.
It makes it extremely safe, but at the same time, it adds a design element that is unique.
Yeah.
You don't find many rings with 8 prongs, double prongs. And the shank itself is lovely because it has Bombay, which is the French again.
Those French.
They conquer the world of jewelry, but it allows us to follow the curve of the shank, and all of these are micro-pave, they're tiny stones, and it complements the shape of the shank, and it creates just a beautiful ring.
Yeah, I love this. I love this ring, and do stay tuned. That was our Madeira citrine and diamond ring for $607. And remember, you can watch us Monday through Friday on Verizon, channel 158, and on Time Warner National. Check your local listings. And you can always watch us streaming live on YouTube at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Central Time. Just wait to see what we have coming up next on the Prestige Jewelry Club.
All right.
You're watching the Prestige Jewelry Club, live from the heart of Manhattan.
I was in such a hurry to get on the road because I didn't want to miss orientation, and I turn around and I see her smiling, but with a couple of tears running down her cheek. And then she hands me this necklace that she had had when she was a girl. The smell is what I remember most. It's sort of a mixture of peanut butter cookies and licorice. She's the only person I've ever met that liked licorice. But that's what I think of when I put this on.
See more of all of our great products and prices, as well as our one-of-a-kind series on Pinterest.
Hi, and welcome back to the Prestige Jewelry Club. I'm Ashley, and this is Irit. We're so excited to have you here today. We're going to move on. We have a lot of products to show in a short amount of time, so we are going to go through these. So first, we're going to start with a classic Akoya Japanese pearl earrings. I love pearls, and these are something, we've been talking about timeless, passing things down from generation to generation. I love these for that reason. These are going to be our Japanese pearl, and they are, just want to make sure I have the right information, $525. I can't believe you can get a set of pearl earrings for $525.
Well, these are cultured
Okay.
Akoya pearl. It's really important terminology because it's actually illegal to say pearl and not say cultured.
I don't want to break the law.
Right. Well, there are FTC regulation, and I've seen jewelers pay actually if they mistakenly omit the word cultured. So cultured is important, and why is it cultured? Because it's our interference with nature that creates this incredible joy for the eye. And talking about May, graduations. That is a graduation gift. Brides, June, this is something you want to have.
Yes.
So this is a perfect gift at what did you say the price? $525. That is a fantastic gift.
I love it. And they're something that, again, classic. They're beautiful gifts.
And if your grandmother doesn't have her pearl earrings, Mother's Day is your opportunity.
Absolutely, it's coming up. Don't forget, next Sunday. Your mother will not want you to forget. So those are beautiful Japanese Akoya cultured pearl stud earrings in 14.
Excellent.
Thank you. I learned in 14 karat white gold. We're going to move on to a Paraiba tourmaline and diamond ring. Now we have two of these that I want to show you. This one is a beautiful Paraiba tourmaline and diamond ring. I know you love your tourmaline. $491 for Paraiba tourmaline and diamonds in a 14 karat white gold.
So do you remember why Paraiba?
Ooh. Help me out, Irit.
All right, it's the copper.
A copper.
I
was going to say
trace elements of the copper. That's all you need to get that color.
I can't believe that all it needs is science
all you
and
need
Mother
is
Nature.
just a few atoms replaced, and you got this incredible color.
Yeah, I love this. It's almost like a minty green, seafoam green.
It's phenomenal. It's a beautiful, beautiful stone, and we're extremely lucky that we're nearly all depleted in the state of Paraíba in Brazil.
Oh, wow.
There are none to be found for quite a number of years. And then there was a whole bunch that we found in Nigeria, in West Africa. And luckily, and that was kind of depleted. And then it was found in Mozambique very recently.
Wow.
And so here we are, we're lucky again.
We're lucky again.
It is a very desirable stone because the color is so unique.
It's beautiful.
And one of the things that I want to try and see, there is something that is called, and I'm not going to confuse people, it's called dichroism, it's called polychroism, or pleochroism.
Okay.
And the light goes into a stone and it breaks into different directions.
Okay.
And in each direction you will see a slightly different color. So if you hold this ring without any help, tell me, what color do you see in this direction?
Green.
What do you see in this direction? Is it the same green?
No, it's a little more
Slightly
clearer,
different?
lighter.
Okay. Is it the same color in this direction?
It's still green, but it's a little bit of a different hue, like a yellow.
What is your hue?
I'm afraid I'm going to get this wrong.
To me, it looks like
Yeah,
a
I
little
was
bit of
gonna
a
say
blue.
A blue?
A bluish stone. Well, this is our opportunity. I want to do it real quick.
Yeah.
And when I'm looking through this tool that breaks the light, I can see at least two different colors. So this is called a dichrometer. And you can put it close to your eye and turn it around. It has a very thin film of Polaroid, and it allows you to see the two different colors.
There's definitely some blue in there when I
see
turn.
it?
I do.
Isn't that amazing?
It's like a magic trick.
Can any man-made stone do that?
No.
That's why nature is so amazing.
I love this. And we were actually looking at our next Paraíba and diamond ring in
I said enough.
Which is another Paraíba and diamond ring. I love this. It's very sweet. It's much more dainty.
It's a classic. It's a 3-stone ring. This is what everybody would love to wear.
And it's a great price. So, $185 for this next hour.
Do we have more than one, or it's just one?
I believe there's more than one, but hold on, Irit, and we will definitely get to them.
Oh,
there's
actually,
two.
no. There are two of them.
So you could buy them, stack them, buy one.
Stacking
give
is a
give
great
one to someone.
opportunity here.
They're a great gift too.
Yeah.
It's for such a great price. I love these. Great for weddings, great for graduations, like we said, coming up. So those were our Paraíba and diamond rings. That one we just showed you, $185. We're going to move on to something different, a chrome diopside.
Oh, chrome diopside.
So this is chrome diopside and white zircon, $198.
What?
Yes, you heard it here first, Irit. $198. I love this because I think it's a very affordable alternative to emerald as well. It's got that deep green.
It's got a lively green. I love chrome diopside because it has the same thing that emerald has. It has chromium. How about that?
That's how it has that.
This is
green.
what gives us the green in an emerald.
Okay.
And this is what, in some Paraíba, particularly from Brazil, the mines that no longer produce any stones, those stones had some chromium in it, not just the copper. So the richness of the color was out of this world. They were fetching literally $2,000, $3,000 per carat.
Oh my gosh.
So you can imagine. And unfortunately, we have no more yield out of the ground.
Oh my goodness.
It's gone.
Well, now we have chrome diopside.
But I was very fortunate to see quite a number of them when they were available.
That's amazing. That was our chrome diopside and white zircon ring, $198. Such an affordable ring.
It is
I love
very
that.
affordable.
We're gonna.
The color is fantastic.
I love that deep green. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to a morganite ring, which is my mother's personal new favorite. She loves this ring.
She likes the subtleness.
She loves the morganite, especially with the rose gold. We're showing it here, and in contrast, we're showing it with white topaz. This beautiful ring, $395. It's such an affordable price for something. People are going to be asking you what it is. I love the monochromatic of the rose gold with the morganite.
It's a perfect complement. It works well together.
And it's something,
And you know that this is the same family as emerald and aquamarine.
I heard
Beryl.
that.
This is a beryl, and
Okay.
it has manganese, so it gives it a little bit of pinkiness.
Okay, so the manganese is what
The
gives it pink.
manganese is what gives it a little pink.
My high school science teachers would be floored by how much I'm learning
That's
every
great.
day about jewelry.
And listen, did you ever think that science has some bearing into your life? There it is.
In jewelry.
It's in everywhere.
Yeah,
Math and science is in everywhere,
definitely.
and it's fun.
It's fun, especially when it's in jewelry, that's for sure.
Very true. Very true.
I want everyone to remember that we are broadcasting live from the heart of Manhattan's Diamond District, Monday through Friday, Verizon Channel 158 and on Time Warner National, so check your local listings. Or you can watch us live on YouTube. And we'll be back with lots more great products. Stay tuned.
Still more to come on the Prestige Jewelry Club.
Welcome back to the Prestige Jewelry Club. I'm Ashley, and this is our lovely guest expert, Irit. We're
Hello.
so excited to have you here today.
Thank you.
All the stories and all the insights we're getting, I love it. We're going to get started because we have a ton of great products coming up in this last hour for you, so we want to make sure we get them all to you. We're going to start with this London Blue Topaz and Diamond Ring. Now, this is our host pick for our last hour. So we'd had the opal for the first hour. Now we're going to get to this London Blue Topaz.
You seem to be attracted to the dark.
The dark.
The
I don't
dark,
know. Maybe
the
I'm
mystery, the mystical.
I must be feeling very mysterious today.
Today, okay. Sure. So, shall we talk a little bit
Let's
about
talk a little bit about it, and then we'll put it on the roller.
London Blue. London Blue is distinguished by that almost teal color, very dark bluish. Not, when you work with the blue topaz, you actually mine it out of the ground and it's clear.
Okay.
And then you simulate, or you do the same process that would have happened in the ground had some other minerals been around or other element have been around that crystal.
Okay.
Because we do get stones that have that color out of the stone, except that we have no control. So what we found out is that if you bombard it with gamma rays, and gamma rays are in everything.
Okay.
And gamma rays we get every day in our food because they actually retard the bacteria growth. The gamma ray is able to move the electron from one level to another, and we get these incredible colors.
Wow.
And unfortunately, it's limited to two colors primarily.
Okay.
But the Swiss blue and a few more colors now that I'm thinking about it. So this is the London Blue is a beautiful teal, dark blue. Good choice, very good choice.
Thank you. So I'm going to have you switch out from the
And
last
that's a
hour to
classic
this hour.
setting, I would say. And remember the cut of the stone?
Octagon
And emerald.
and emerald cut. See?
Yes. You passed the test.
I passed Irit's test. So again, that was our London Blue Topaz and Diamond Ring, $902. Again, that is while we are on the air, so call us, become a member, and get this beautiful London Blue Topaz and Diamond Ring. We're gonna move on. We're gonna show these in a set because we have these two rubellite and diamond rings in both yellow gold and white
Oh,
gold.
that's great. That's a
So
good idea.
we're going to show them together so you can see what your options are. Again, these are rubellite and diamond and for $677 for each ring. So we're showing them, again, this is the yellow gold and the white gold, rubellite and diamonds. What can you tell us about rubellite?
Well, rubellite is a tourmaline.
And I know you love your tourmalines.
And what makes it pink? Do you remember? What
Manganese?
Manganese? Very good.
I'm telling
Passed all the tests. And you're such a quick learner. I'm taking one of the rings
Yes,
because I
please
wanted
do.
to look at it. Oh, this is all checkerboard. Are you familiar
the
with the cut?
Yes, I've seen it before. I've never actually.
So we
done
have a
it, so.
cushion shape, and the faceting of the cushion is checkerboard on the top, and that really allows wonderful play with the light. So almost every facet is returning the light to you. Lovely. I really like it. I wonder what it looks like with the dichrometer.
I don't know. I think you should
Or
find
the
out.
dichroscope, I think the correct name for it. Oh, I see. I
do you
see.
see,
It
Irit?
has a pink,
Okay.
and it has a very light pink, and it has a direction that has a slightly brownish.
Oh, it's like a ombre is what the trend was for a while. You know, all those girls that had the dark roots and then it got lighter.
Oh, is that what it is? I had
It's
no
called
idea.
ombre, so it's you know
Ombre.
a similar shade.
But it's
and-
not, because the magic of stone cutting is that when you cut the crystal, you definitely make sure that you get the best color presentation from the top.
Oh,
But if
okay.
you look at the side views, you can see what are the other component
Okay.
of the colors happen within that crystal.
Doing so many different.
For those who do not know, one of the other very important jobs in jewelry making is the lapidary. Because he is the man who has to make that crucial decision. Are you going to have a brown stone or are you going to have a pink stone? And a good lapidary will not just make a brown stone. He will get the pink out of it.
Definitely. That's we thank him for that because
We do.
You know, brownstones are nice too, but this beautiful rubellite color, I love this.
if you have within the same stone, if you have the option of pink or brown, it would be a crime not to get the pink out.
Sure. And we do have a few of these in stock. So go online, call us up right now, get these beautiful rings, again, yellow gold and white gold. So like you said, Irit, you might get the yellow and I might get the white, just depending on...
Depending on your favorite colors
Your
and
favorite.
what works well with your skin tone and what you really feel more comfortable with. I don't think there is a definition of white and
Sure.
yellow and being so rigid with it. We can't. We shouldn't be rigid.
Absolutely. I find that in my life too, depending on, you know, for a while I was getting a lot of yellow gold and then it's transitioned to white gold and then, you know, so it just depends on how I'm feeling that season, honestly. So I have all of it.
Perfect. And I'm glad that you're allowing it all because
Sure.
we need to experience life as it comes to us.
Absolutely. So we have another set. That was our rubellite and diamond ring, but we're going to move on to another set of rings.
Of two stones.
So we're showing them again, same setting, but in different golds. These are our green tourmaline rings. These are green tourmaline and diamonds in yellow gold and white gold. Now each ring is $713, an estimated retail value of $3,052. I can't believe that we have reduced the price that much.
And there are some diamonds here.
Yes, there's some diamonds in there.
My.
Get a closer look. Admire.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
within
I
the
see.
setting,
Okay.
yeah.
So the
Peeking on there.
diamonds are north and south. Because if we're looking at the direction of the stone, since it's It's a cushion shape, but it's a rectangular cushion shape.
Okay.
And again, it has checkerboard faceting. Wonderful way to display the light playing of each facet. Great. I love that. I am so curious. Can I use my diaphroscope?
I would love
know
for you. I love the tools.
We're limited in time.
No, I think we're doing good.
But I am just so curious. You know, this is exactly the conversation we had earlier. Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely. I see one side that is yellow and another side that is green and another side that is completely dark.
Oh, do you mind if I take a
Please,
gander?
go for it.
All right, I love.
But you know, I found this diaphroscope in one of my boxes. I was in a hunt for a pair of earrings that I wanted to wear, and couldn't remember where I found it, but where I kept it because I put it in such a safe place, right? We were talking about
The
putting
safe
things
place.
in a safe place.
So safe you can't see
exactly.
it.
So there I was looking, and I turned everything around. I mean, I moved
goodness.
books, I cleaned the bookshelves, I cleaned all my clothes. And it was right in front of me in a box that I keep my gemological tools. And right next to the earrings was the diaphroscope. And I haven't used it literally for many years.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, oh, I gotta bring it in.
I love it. I love it because you really do see all the different
You do
subtle
see the
colors.
different colors. You can see it with your naked eye too, but this gives you an advantage that you wouldn't have with the naked eye.
Absolutely. I love, and tourmaline, you were saying, was one of the reasons you got into.
It's what got me interested, and when somebody showed me a diaphroscope, that was what it was with. Wow.
Yeah, I love these, and I love that we have them in both colors. I love that it's that nice green, which is great for spring.
Yeah, it's got slight olivine in it, so wouldn't you say it has a little bit of olive color in
A little
it?
olive, a little avocado.
Avocado, good choice.
All of my descriptions are with food because I love food and I love jewelry. So
Oh,
I
yes.
find that they intertwine so much.
I think I depict food.
So I want to remind everyone we have these green tourmaline and diamond rings. I'm showing in the white gold, and we also have it in yellow gold. $713 for this ring, an estimated retail value of $3,052. That's a little over a 75% savings, 76% save. I mean,
It's excellent.
and I want to talk for a minute, since we have a moment to talk about. We can do that because of vertical integration, which is basically just cutting out the middleman so that we can bring the savings to everyone at home, which I love.
I don't want to bore the viewers in case they have listened to me before, but when we looked at what it takes to bring a piece of jewelry to the market, we are talking about 7 middlemen along the road. And those 7 middlemen each take their 5% or 10% or even more. And that has completely came out of our equation. So we're able to take it and take it straight from the mine. We have our people in Tanzania, in Mozambique, in Nigeria, in Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Ethiopia. So they're able to buy it right at the spot. They see it, they like it, they buy it. We're able to have it cut right in our lapidary, in our factory, immediately have it designed, bring it to the jewelers, have everything done under the same roof. Casting is done in the same roof, the setting is under the same roof, it's polished, it's finished, it's done. And now we're selling it
For
right under the same roof.
amazing prices.
Exactly.
I love that we can give those values, pass those on to consumers, which is so often not the case. So I love that. It's one of the reasons I love the Prestige Jewelry Club, for sure.
Excellent.
So that was our green tourmaline and diamond ring, and that was, we have them in both yellow gold and white gold, $713 for that ring. Now we have another green tourmaline and diamond ring. This is going to be in a different setting. We have this one, we're going to be selling it for $794. This is a new green tourmaline, same materials, but a little bit of a different take on it, which is, again, options. $794, that rock star price. That is while we are on the air. That price will not last. You have less than an hour to get this beautiful ring at such a great price. I just love this. I love this ring. I love the detailing on the sides. It just gives it a little more interest. It's almost like
and it's all kind of a paisley design, and It's completely open. It's all about negative space. There is it's not a heavy ring. It's more delicate. Reminds me of what in Asia you would be calling a ring like that a Victorian style, Victorian era, because it was at that time, at the end of the 19th century, it was really all about the filigree, and it was all about the design that was done in the wires.
Yes.
And that's definitely one of those. Yeah, and there is even a little tiny mill graining on each one of those elements. So you take a tool that you roll right on the wire, and it creates tiny little grains.
Yeah,
that's why it's called mill graining. Mill is 1,000 in
Okay,
Italian,
yes.
in French, right? Mill.
I love it. It just gives it a little more interest. You know, I love that there's something at every angle. The closer you look at the ring, the more interest you find. You know, there's something always
right. You learn language, you learn science, and you learn about jewelry making.
I'll be ready to make jewelry by the time I'm done.
That's great.
More tourmalines are coming up next. We want to thank everyone who has become a member tonight and have taken advantage of our great prices for the evening. Irit, I'm very excited about what's coming up next.
What's coming up?
Oh, we have a lot of things. We're looking at many different settings of tanzanite. I personally love tanzanite, so I want to everyone at home, don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back from the heart of Manhattan.
When I was a young man, well, that's just the way it was, where I was from.
What are you looking for?
You got married and you had a family. And nobody had any money.
Bracelets.
My price range was nowhere near
Look in there.
well, it was between a cigar band and a Cracker Jack box. 3 kids, and 30 years later, I thought I should get her what she deserved. But I wanted to get her when we were first married. And the more I see it on her, the more I see the tolerant young lady that I married.
PPJCTV on Facebook and Twitter at PPJCTV. See our one-of-a-kind series on Pinterest, and join us live weeknights from 6 to 9 on YouTube. Join the conversation and learn more about all of our products and pricing at PPJCTV.
I am thrilled that you have all joined us here on the Prestige Jewelry Club. I'm Ashley, and I'm here with Irit, and we have some incredible deals coming up on tanzanite. I love tanzanite so much. My mom got it, fun fact, my mom got it when she went on a cruise. I don't know, maybe 10, I don't know, I was young. I'm not gonna age myself here, but ever since then I've been in love with it. Just the color of it, I've always seen it. It's been something I've always been drawn towards, so I'm really, really excited about what's coming up here.
Distinctive, wouldn't you say? It's easy to know that this is a tanzanite.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to remind everyone as well that we have our host pick, which is a London blue topaz and diamond ring. This is our host pick for this hour. We only have about a little less than 45 minutes to call and get this beautiful ring. $509 for a beautiful London blue topaz and diamond ring. Call us and get this ring on your finger. You will not regret it. So let's move on. I'm excited. I'm too excited to continue talking about anything else any longer. Let's move on to this Tanzanite tennis bracelet. Now this is in a rose gold. I love that it's a take. You know, you see tennis bracelets traditionally in diamonds, but we're, you know, giving it a little bit, we're changing up tradition and giving it a little bit of a different twist, which I love with the rose gold and the Tanzanite. This beautiful bracelet we are selling today for a rock star price, $806. This stunning Tanzanite and rose gold bracelet. I love this. I love, you know, the stone size with the rose gold. I think it gives a nice contrast, you know.
Good.
It's something that you don't see every day, you
No,
know.
you don't, and it's a great choice. I really like it. You know, it's also the way that it is made is so unique because when you have a bracelet like that, often the jeweler forgets that this is something that has to interact with the body. It has to be round, and it has to stay round and not get twisted.
Right.
Often, and in poorly made jewelry, you will see it, the bracelet get twisted.
You don't see the stones.
This is beautifully made, where each one of the setting is hidden. The connection of the two settings is hidden. You don't see it from the top.
No.
You don't even see it from the, but somebody had to work on it to create a connection between each one of these settings.
Oh my goodness.
This is a tough thing to do.
Labor of love for sure.
Labor of love. Yeah, people forget that jewelry is not made by machine. It's made by human being, and by human being who are well trained, who really understand how to do it.
Yeah.
Each stone has a lot. It costs a lot of money. Gold is precious.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think we forget
and so you
sometimes.
have all
Definitely.
these people doing this incredible work. Now, what is other thing that is important to note here is that we have a double figure eight for the safety. When it clicks in, you put the safety on both sides of it, and then you know that your bracelet is not going to fall.
And like we said, you know, you don't want to lose your jewelry.
You're probably
That's like the worst.
too young to remember a certain story, right?
Go for it.
A story about a bracelet that fell.
I don't know about this
You
story.
don't know the story.
No.
Do you know why we call it a tennis bracelet?
No.
Well,
Because you can play tennis.
Did you-
Diamonds are hard.
did you ever hear about somebody named Chrissy Everett?
Yes.
And do you know in what context?
Tennis.
Tennis, right? Chrissy Everett was a world champion.
Right.
And she was playing the US Open in 1987. I think it was the beginning of September or late August. And all of a sudden, she felt that her line diamond bracelet was missing. And she stopped the game. Can you believe it?
Yes, if I had lost my diamond
Referee,
bracelet.
stop the game. Judge, just 1 minute, we have to find my bracelet.
Well, you wouldn't have to do that with this bracelet. 'Cause
Well,
you
the
have
next
double
day, the world called it a tennis bracelet. It was a line bracelet. It was
my gosh.
Riviera. Because why Riviera? Because of no river. You know, you have all the stones next to each other. All of a sudden, it was a tennis bracelet. The place I was working at that year, we made certain number of bracelets. They were sold out within 2 weeks, and we had to, and it was already September. We were ready to sell that number for the rest of the season.
All you needed
we
was
had
a crisis.
Christmas to think about.
Oh my gosh.
So somebody called it a tennis bracelet. Front page on the New York Post, front page on the New York on the Daily News, and then
And
the
ever
story
since
of
then.
story of tennis bracelet
That's
is forever
amazing.
to stay with us.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
I love
So-
that story. I would freak out if I lost that Tanzanite bracelet or a diamond bracelet for sure. So I'm
You
I'm
would
with
stop the
Chrissy.
game.
I'm with Chrissy. I'm with Chrissy's team. All right, so I want to move on to another Tanzanite bracelet that I would not want to lose. This is a beautiful Tanzanite bracelet. We're showing it in yellow gold as opposed to the rose gold we just showed. $500, a nice even number. Estimated retail value $1,901. I love this bracelet. I think it's a little more traditional with the yellow gold, and I love that you can adjust.
Right.
You know, the
that
size with
1
the-
inch allows you to have it longer or shorter on your hand. I have a big wrist, so for me, those little adjustments are crucial. I can't wear anything otherwise.
And I feel the same way for me because
You have a tiny
I
wrist.
have a tiny wrist. I don't know how I have such tiny features. I'm
because
a
you're a
large
tall woman. You're a tall woman with tiny wrists.
but I have tiny wrists, and so it's, both of us could wear this, which makes it nice,
That's so true.
We've talked about handing things down. This is a perfect thing. My grandmother could give it to me. She could wear it. Then I could wear it
And
because
everybody
it is
in the family
adjustable.
could wear it. Yeah.
And for that price, that $500, I mean, you can't go wrong for tanzanite and yellow gold. So that's our tanzanite and yellow gold bracelet. We've shown 2 bracelets so
Let's
far.
talk for a second.
Yeah,
What's
do.
the closure here? Oh,
A
it's a
lobster
lobster.
clasp.
That's very good. A
Should
lobster
be-
clasp
yep.
is very safe. Chrissy, you won't lose
Chrissy.
this one.
Chrissy, call us and get this bracelet. So those were our 2 tanzanite bracelets. We're going to move on to something a little bit different. We started with bracelets. Now we're going to move on to a couple rings here. This one is a 5-stone tanzanite ring. We're showing this. I love this ring. Kind of looks like a tiara made of tanzanite.
I haven't looked at it yet. Let me
Yes,
see
please
it.
do.
Oh, that's a clever way. Very clever.
$198 for that tanzanite ring. Can you believe that?
Very beautiful. And I love the way that they're done south north. So there are at the long side. Because usually you would wear only 1 stone, but then you're putting 5 of them, it creates a statement.
Sure. I actually, when I came in, it was the first thing I picked up because it was just so different than, a lot of the rings that I'd seen.
Do we have more than 1 on this one?
Let's see. Let me look at it looks like we have 1 in stock right now. So
okay.
someone needs to call and get $198. That is a crazy for tanzanite, and I love this. It's kind of like a tanzanite tiara.
The violet in these stones is so present. This is one of the things I love about tanzanite. With certain stones, for example, aquamarine, the smaller you go, the less color you have because it doesn't have the depth to reflect it. But with tanzanite, you can go even to a small size like that, and you still have light and color in it. It's not disappearing.
Definitely. You still can appreciate the tanzanite.
Love it on your finger.
Thank you so much. So we're going to move on to another tanzanite ring. I'm going to keep this on for now just because it feels
That's a
so
good
nice.
idea.
And we're showing a tanzanite with zircon now. So this is a tanzanite white zircon ring in 14 karat yellow gold, $525 for this tanzanite and white zircon ring. Again, it's in 14
Very
karat
classic.
yellow gold. A nice classic
Beautiful setting. It's easy to wear, easy on the eye, and beautiful stone.
Definitely.
Oh, this one has a lot of fire to it.
Yeah, I love that it's a nice substantial size, but it's also a very sweet design, with the halo of the diamonds around, and it kind of looks like a flower, something.
True.
It kind of reminds me of something like that, which I love. Kind of gives it a little girly edge,
I'd say very classic design, traditional and classic design. So you can't go wrong with that if you give it to your girlfriend or you give it to your wife.
And the white, tanzanite with the white zircon makes it so affordable. Again, if you're giving
otherwise
it as a gift,
forget about having a tanzanite ring.
not at that price, but this is a stunning, affordable ring. Beautiful, beautiful product.
What else do you have there? Since I haven't seen what's
I know.
coming.
Irit is like a kid in a candy store. She's so
Well,
thrilled.
you say there is so much to see. I can't wait.
There's so much.
And it's all on your side. It's not on my side, so I can't sneak.
We keep you away from the jewels, Irit.
I can't sneak a view.
So we're going to move on. We saw some beautiful rings there. Now we're going to show you an earring option. So this is a tanzanite and zircon earrings. So this is in a 14 karat yellow gold as well. These are $263 for this pair of earrings. I mean, I can't believe that we're giving these things away at these prices. Again, like we talked about before, cutting off the middleman, we can do these amazing deals we can give to our consumers, which I love.
Right.
For tanzanite, I mean, you don't see this just anywhere. And
Very true.
I love that they're, it's a classic stud, which I love. But
It
you
looks
have,
so good on you.
Thank you.
With your beautiful blue eyes.
Irit, go on.
And the beautiful falling curls.
Oh, well,
and
thank you.
It's a great look.
Thank you.
Great look.
Yeah, so $263 for this pair of earrings. You can dress it up, you could dress it down, you could wear it. I would wear it with my outfit now, a blazer and a shirt.
Could you
wear it
demo? Could you put it in your ear?
Sure, if I must.
And then put your hair behind your ear?
My mane.
Your mane?
That's what I call it, my Simba mane.
I remember when my daughter decided one day that she's gonna have curls, and she has straight hair like me. You know, maybe she has a couple of waves in there, and so she didn't dry her hair. She said, no, I'm letting my curls work, and she was bunching it, and I just passed my don't do that, Mom.
Do not touch the curls.
Is that the same thing with you?
Yes.
Don't touch my hair.
Well, it just depends. If I don't, have to go out, then I love to, get my hair played with. But otherwise, don't touch the curls.
Don't touch the curls. And it's so tempting because you really want to touch them.
Yeah.
They're calling you. So let me see your earring.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's
You get a
phenomenal.
nice close-up, yeah.
And when I see your eyes, all the blondes and blue eyes girls.
Call and get these Tanzanite earrings. Okay, so we're gonna move on because we have two more products left. So these are both coming up. We have two more rings. So we've shown some rings, earrings. Now we're gonna finish it out with two more rings. This is a Tanzanite and zircon ring, $329. Estimated retail value is $1,250. I love this with the yellow gold and the white zircon in here. It reminds me of a ring. Again, it's a nice traditional, classic look. It reminds me of a ring that my mother actually gave me, but wasn't.
It does,
unfortunately.
When did she give it to you?
Just recently at Christmas, actually.
Oh, wonderful.
Because I admired it as a child.
I love that one of the traditional or classic design is taking a center stone and putting 2 trillions on the side. Trillion diamonds or any kind of stone, when you cut it into a trillion, it's expensive.
Right.
It's not an easy cut to do. And so we have simulated the look of a trillion here by putting all the micropave, the tiny diamonds in a triangle.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
I love this. So that is a white zircon and Tanzanite ring. Again, we're giving you that ring while we are on the air. Call the number on the bottom of your screen. We're going to give you this ring for, I want to make sure I have the right one, $329. I still can't believe the deals that we are giving these for. So $329 for that beautiful Tanzanite and white zircon ring. We have one more Tanzanite and white zircon ring coming up. This is going to be $229. And we have this set in a 14-karat yellow gold. $229 for this Tanzanite and white zircon. I love that the white zircon makes the Tanzanite ring, and with pairing it with that, it gives it the classic look, but it gives it such a great price.
It's accessible. It makes it possible for most of us to wear some jewelry without breaking the bank.
Sure, absolutely. And like we said, there's so many things coming, opportunities, especially in this next month for gifts. And this is something you can give someone. And
May is one of the happiest months of the year.
I know, there's so many things going on, graduations and June, weddings are coming up, so there's so many
Mother's
things.
Day.
Mother's Day.
And the flowers out in the field and in the middle of the city. Just, don't you love those flowers that are right in the middle of Park Avenue?
I do.
It's great.
I love when you see the little green patch.
Yeah. So it's May.
Absolutely. So we have been looking through some great prices from our Tanzanite collections, but later this hour, we're looking at some breathtaking amethyst and 2 different colors of topaz, the electric blue, the Swiss topaz, and some more steel blue London topaz, just like my host picked, which is still available for you at home to purchase tonight.
Still more to come on the Prestige Jewelry Club, live from Manhattan's Diamond District.
When I was a young man, well, that's just the way it was. Where I was from, you got married and you had a family.
You're watching the Prestige Jewelry Club, live from the heart of Manhattan.
I was in such a hurry to get on the road because I didn't want to miss orientation, and I turn around and I see her smiling, but with a couple of tears running down her cheek. And then she hands me this necklace that she had had when she was a girl. The smell is what I remember most. It's sort of a mixture of peanut butter cookies and licorice. She's the only person I've ever met that liked licorice. But that's what I think of when I put this on.
Join the conversation and learn more about all of our products and pricing at PPJCTV.
And welcome back to the Prestige Jewelry Club. I'm Ashley, and this is our lovely gemologist, Irit. We're gonna get started. We have some great, we just showed some tanzanite. So we're gonna get started with some purple amethyst. We're gonna keep it in, the purple family.
In the violet,
In that
purplish
violet.
family.
In
Great
honor
choice.
of what I'm wearing today.
Very regal. Very regal.
Very regal. So we are starting with a ring. So this is a beautiful amethyst and diamond ring. We are going to be giving this for $540 while we are on the air today for amethyst and diamond. We're showing it here in a rose gold. I love rose gold. Every time I see it, I'm drawn to it. I don't know why.
And if you only knew how difficult it is to
Is
work
it?
with
No.
with rose gold, of all the metals in the world, rose gold, because you have copper in it and you have a little bit of silver, and of course you have the gold.
Sure.
But in order to give the gold, the rose tone to it, you need to add some copper, and it makes the gold very brittle. So one of the worst thing you can give to a jeweler is when you give it to them, work with rose gold. Oh madam, I can't do that. I get porosity, I get mixed. It's a brittle metal. It's not easy. It's not easy to get a good polish, and therefore take a look at the polish.
Look at that.
That's a mark of a fantastic polisher. To get that level of polish in a rose gold, fantastic.
That's amazing. We've been talking about labors of love all day, and it's just so much.
Well, this is what jewelry is all about. It's not something that you stamp out and you create a lot of.
I mean, I just love this. I love the purple, purple and pink. It's a great,
Great
with
combination.
The rose. It's a
Very
timeless
beautiful
combination.
And there is another important thing to know.
Let us
This
know.
is a Uruguayan amethyst.
Okay.
It comes from Uruguay, and the color is in my opinion, I love the Uruguay purple the most. You don't get very large crystal from the quartz that you get from Uruguay.
Okay.
But the color is pure, saturated, purplish violet stones, and there are no moderation. There is no brownish in there. There is no reddish in there. Hardly ever any color zoning, which is common in some other locations.
Sure. I love the purple color. It's such a nice deep purple. So that was our purple amethyst and diamond ring. It's in a 14-karat rose gold. We're giving that to you for $540. Now that is while we are on the air. So call us and get this beautiful ring at our rock star price, that great deal. Now we're going to move on. We have two pendants coming up.
You have two pendants, and
yes.
if I'm not mistaken, these two come from South Africa.
Okay.
So this is amethyst that was mined in South Africa, and if you do look, you have slight other moderating colors within the stone.
Okay.
So you may have flashes of reddishness, or mostly red, I would say. That didn't exist in the Uruguayan.
Okay.
But we pay for it by the size. The Uruguayan is tiny. This one is a lot bigger, and the size of this is really important. It allows you to have a pendant that has a presence on your neck.
Absolutely. And this, I love the setting that it's in. It won't, we talked about, the bracelets rolling around, and this pendant will really lay flat so that you're not constantly fixing it or,
Right, it won't turn around because it's built in a way that it's flexible, the bail, and it will allow the movement of the neck and the head. One of the things we do is as soon as the jeweler say, okay, I'm finished with it, we put the chain right through it and we say, okay, girls, move your head. Let's see if it's really working well. Because we want to test every piece of jewelry before we give it to the consumers. We want to be sure that it works as it's supposed to.
Absolutely. So I want to move on to another pendant. This was a purple amethyst and diamond pendant that we are selling it for $817. Now that is while we are on the air. So call us, become a member, and get this beautiful pendant. You can put it on a chain you have at home. Like you said, you can go out and get another chain. You have so many options, which is what I love about the pendants. We have another purple amethyst pendant. Now this is purple amethyst and diamond as well, and this is going to be $859 for this beautiful purple amethyst and diamond pendant. I love this. It's got a classic look for sure, but it's definitely a statement piece, you know?
It certainly does, and you have all the diamonds in every junction of every part of the design. Can I look at it a little closer?
Yes, please do.
Just
I'd love
quickly,
for you to.
just to get an idea
Absolutely.
of, because I haven't had the chance to look at things earlier. And these are diamonds. I love looking inside stones because to the naked eye you wouldn't see it. But when you look with a loupe, you can see that there is color zoning here. It's very faint. Most people won't see it. From the top, it looks homogeneous. It looks the same. But you need a loupe, and this is where the mystery is. You start looking and seeing all kinds of things and that's what makes it so personal. You know, it's my stone. It's my stone that has the color zoning in a particular location. There's nothing like nature.
And color zoning, can you explain a little bit about color zoning?
Well, while the crystal, in this particular case, it's a crystal that has, the quartz, it has an hexagonal shape. Temperature may change, the pressure may change, you know, it's deep in the ground, under a lot of pressure. Things may change, and the chemical composition may change just slightly so. Enough to create a little lighter and a little darker zone within the same stone, and you will see it if you're lucky. You will see a corner of the hexagonal crystal within it.
Nice. And you can see that with the toys, which I love. And I want to remind everyone to help us spread the love of jewelry at the best prices by subscribing and liking our YouTube channel, which we're also on live Monday through Friday, starting at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Central Time. So we've just seen some beautiful purple amethyst and diamond pendants.
Thank you.
Now we're going to move on to an ammonite and zircon ring. Now this is something different than we've seen all day.
Right. And I remember the very first ammonite I've ever seen. I think it was maybe 81 or 80.
Okay.
It's actually a fossilized ammonite. Ammonite is a sea creature. And at one point, you know, the ocean may have been way into the land, and it's got fossilized, and it got a certain play of color. And sometimes you get a big ammonite crystal that is as big as this table. Sometimes, you know, as small as this block. And one of the wonderful things that you do with it is you can create a stone out of that fossil. This
so interesting.
This is organic material that fossilized.
Oh my God!
And the colors. Just from one direction, I only saw green, and then I turned it around, and I saw all the flashes of the red, and then I turned it around again, and I see the bluish, and I see the purple, and I see the yellow.
I love that. I love that. As you're turning it,
I'm
seeing different colors.
You're seeing different colors because the light hits it from different angles. Yes.
People have a Facebook debate about this soon, because did you see the Facebook debate about the dresses, and it was like yellow, white and gold, and black and purple? Anyway, it was on Facebook for a long time. Everyone was debating it. I feel like they could have the same debate about this, depending.
What was the debate on the yellow gold?
It's the same thing about how people see colors differently.
Oh, yes.
So some people saw different colors because of the lighting, and this is the same.
I was just corrected. I was told it was ammonite. I'm familiar with ammonite. But I stand corrected, ammonite.
Well, you know, it's still beautiful. You know, it's still got all those different So this is amethyst with the white zircon. Again, $403, an estimated retail value $958. I love it. It's not going to be like anything else you have in your jewelry collection.
It's very unique, and
Definitely.
you really have to have the sense of adventure and curiosity to be able to get attracted to jewelry that is different. Oh, they just showed a flash of it. It was fantastic.
She got excited. She saw something.
I always get excited.
So that was our amethyst ring. Now we're going to move on to something, that's a little adventurous, mysterious. We're going to move on to something a little more traditional. So this is our cameo pendant with our gold chain. This is $80. We're giving this away for $80 today. Estimated retail value $300. This is, we've been talking about gifts, a great priced gift. Graduates, Mother's Day, for all of those things, $80,
Very
it's
true.
feasibly something anyone, you can buy for anyone.
There was a time that a woman would not leave her house if she didn't have her cameo. And that was really going back to the Victorian era. And it's really a work of art because it's made out of a shell.
Carved, right?
It's carved out of a shell. It's the different layers of the shell. So it's a relief above the bottom of the shell.
When I found that out a few years ago because my parents had bought me one when they were traveling.
Yes.
And I was floored because I saw them all the time growing up, but I never knew how it was made. I was like, that's the coolest thing.
Yeah, it's actually a work of art.
Yeah.
Sculptures do that because you have to have that affinity. You can't just. It's not just a simple jeweler.
Yeah.
It's a carver. It's somebody who understands materials.
And the fact that we are, so much work does go into it, and we're selling it for $80 right now is amazing. I mean, it's a classic, amazing.
And the setting here is very traditional. It's appropriate for this particular design. I cannot see it in anything else more daring.
Yeah.
Because it's a traditional look.
Sure.
So you have to accompany it with a traditional setting.
Great. And I love it. Graduations, birthdays, anything coming up. $80. Call us, get this cameo. Now do stay tuned because we have a lot of great, more exciting products coming up. We have only 15 minutes left. So stay tuned and we'll see you back here on the Prestige Jewelry Club.
Still more to come on the Prestige Jewelry Club.
When I was a young man, well, that's just the way it was where I was from. You got married and you had a family. And nobody had any money. My price range was nowhere near it was between a cigar band and a Cracker Jack box. 3 kids and 30 years later, I thought I should get her what she deserved. But I wanted to get her when we were first married. And the more I see it on her, the more I see the tolerant young lady that I married.
See more of all of our great products and prices, as well as our one-of-a-kind series on Pinterest.
Why are our prices so low? Well, let's look at how many hands does a typical piece of jewelry change before you get to wear it. Most traditional jewelry retailers, whether brick and mortar store or a competing TV shopping network, fall in this category in how they source their jewelry. Someone mines it and sells it to someone who processes the rough into a cut and polished gemstone. including any treatments that may be required to enhance the beauty of the gemstone. This is most likely done in Asia and then sells this production to someone who is a wholesaler, stockiest of loose gemstones, who upon specific demand sells it to someone who manufactures jewelry, and then sells its production to a retailer, which may be a competing TV shopping network or a traditional store, who then typically mark up to 3 times and sell it to you. At Prestige Jewelry Club, we buy the rough from the miners, process it in-house into beautiful gemstones, put it into jewelry in our own factories, and then sell it to you directly through our website or TV shopping club. This translates into big money savings that we pass on to you. And also you get the first picks for being a member. In the end, you win big time. www.pjctv.com.
Hi, and welcome back to the Prestige Jewelry Club. I'm going to start this by saying we have an exciting announcement. So the next 5 callers, that cameo pendant, if you were watching, that we just showed, are going to get this for free. Now that is the next 5 callers. Again, becoming a member is free and easy. Call the number on the bottom of your screen. Becoming a member, you can get this beautiful cameo necklace, estimated retail value $300 for free, just by picking up the phone. That's it. Can you believe that?
That's quite astounding.
I'm so excited. So call us, the next 5 callers, again, this cameo necklace is free. So I want to move on to what the next couple items that we have coming up. So we have about 15 minutes left in this block, and we have a lot of great and exciting products. We're going to start with these Mexican fire opal and diamond rings. We are showing them in both yellow gold and white gold. They are going to be, for each ring, it's $700. We talked about the Mexican fire opal a little bit earlier when we were talking about the opal.
That's right, when we were talking about the red Ethiopian opal, which was simulating what a Mexican fire opal is.
And these are beautiful. Now these are Mexican fire opal and
See
diamond.
the fire?
I do. I feel the fire. It's getting warm in
feel
here.
the fire.
I know if it's you, a reader, if it's the Mexican fire opals, but something's hot in here.
Hot.
So again, $700 while we are on the air. Call us, get this ring for $700. If you're one of the next 5 callers, you'll also get that cameo necklace for free. Two for the price of one.
That's fantastic. Yes.
What do you want to say anything about these rings? I know you're seeing them for the first time. What's
well,
sticking out to
I
you?
need to get them a little closer because
do.
my eyesight is not that good. So yes, lovely, very nice design. With micro-pavé diamonds on both sides of the shank, and creating this wonderful Bombay look with beautiful, very lively Mexican. This one got fire.
Definitely. And I love the yellow gold, gives it that warmth. And the white gold, you have the contrast, so you have the option. I love the options of, jewelry is so much how you speak. It's almost another way for your voice.
True.
So
Very
you
true.
get to choose how you'd like to speak about this Mexican fire opal. So that was $700 for that.
$700.
Yellow
That's very
gold
good.
and white gold.
Oh,
with
there's
diamonds.
another point that
Yes,
is
go ahead.
worthwhile
Please
mentioning,
do.
that it has double prongs on each side of the oval, and that again is an additional design element that takes thinking, that takes intentionality.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of pride and love goes into this jewelry for sure. So I want to move on. We had that host pick, that London blue topaz and diamond ring. We're going to move on to another London blue topaz and diamond ring. We're showing it in a 14-karat white gold, $852 for this beautiful London blue topaz and diamond ring. I can't believe we're selling this ring at such a great price. I love the size of it. It's a true cocktail ring. I love that, like the host pick was, more square, rectangular, octagonal.
Right.
But this gives it a nice round, round look, and it's a classic look, but it's a nice, substantial
and
cocktail
it's
ring.
one rows of diamonds around it.
It's beautiful. I'm
Very.
gonna slip this on, just see how it feels on.
Very nice.
Because
yeah,
why
and you
not?
notice how beautiful we do the grill around the basket. So the details here are really important.
I wanna
This
show
is
you.
not going to be a ring that is not going to be noticed. Just when you
No.
wear that, you will get people asking you.
And it will be noticed from all angles, which is, there's no angle that does not look good on this
True.
ring, for sure.
Very true.
That is our London Blue Topaz and Diamond ring, $852. I want to move on. We have something new and exciting, and that is a Swiss Blue Topaz and Diamond. Now we're going to start with the pendant, but
and
we
you
also
can
have
show
the
the
ring.
difference between the colors, how the London
sure.
blue is so saturated and very dark
Sure, and the Swiss Blue is this lighter.
and stilly.
So the Swiss Blue and Topaz and Diamond pendant is $733. That is while we are on the air, and we only have minutes left. So call us and get this beautiful Swiss Blue Topaz and Diamond pendant. That is $733. Again, for this beautiful Swiss Blue Topaz and Diamond pendant. We're gonna put it next to, so the Swiss Blue is this lighter color, and like Irit said, you can see the difference in the two colors between the London Blue and the Swiss, which, they're both
This
beautiful.
is a question of preference.
Sure, definitely. And the Swiss Blue is that nice, light, beautiful, it's like we said, spring,
True.
summer's coming up. It's a great color. It reminds me of the ocean a little bit. So again, that is a pendant. I'm gonna bring out the ring while we're looking at the pendant because I think they'd go beautifully together. That's my humble opinion.
Yes, yes. And in quite a few cultures, it's customary to wear a ring and an earring, or a ring and a pendant, or earrings and pendant. And,
Sure.
and in certain places, you even sell it as a set.
Okay.
So it's a perfect complement. And if your color is that blue, then it gives you quite an option. You sometimes you wear this, sometimes that, and when you dress up, you wear both.
I love it. So this is a Swiss Blue Topaz and I want to make sure, and Diamond ring, yes, and it's $911 for this beautiful Swiss Blue Topaz and Diamond ring. That is going to be $911 for this beautiful cocktail ring. Get the pendant for yourself, get the ring for someone you love.
Or get both.
Or get both and wear them both. Switch them out or wear them together. So that's our topaz. I'm going to move on to something a little bit different here. We're going to warm it back up with a Mozambique garnet and white sapphire ring. Now this is $360 at Rockstar price. We're giving you while we're on the air, only a few minutes longer, a Mozambique garnet and white sapphire ring. I love this ring.
It's kind of the black form doesn't do it much justice because we cannot see the color.
Yeah.
So perhaps you can put it on the lighter.
Sure. Or I'll even throw it on my finger.
Put it on your finger, and that is much better because then we can appreciate the color.
Sure.
Which now you can see it's got that raspberry look to it. It has the flashes of reddish and brown and pink in there. Beautiful. It's a checkerboard faceting, cushion cut. And let me see your hand,
Please.
so I can appreciate the rest of it. And what do we have on the side?
The white sapphire, I believe.
White
So
sapphire.
we've seen
and
zircon, diamond, now we're showing.
Fantastic.
I love the white sapphire. You have nice substantial.
And it makes it affordable because the mounting alone would have been that price.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, for
It's
something
gold.
else, yeah. So $360 for this beautiful Mozambique garnet and white sapphire ring. I love the three stones. It's a nice take
That's a
on a
classic.
ring. Absolutely. And I love the color. So I want to move on. We have one more item.
One more.
Yes, one more. We're going to do this quickly. It's a peridot. I love peridot. It's my sister's birthstone. This is a peridot necklace. $132 for this peridot necklace.
That's a fantastic gift. Most peridot these days come from South Korea. And you have something very similar to what we had before. Remember, we had the other necklace with faceted.
Yes, tourmaline.
Tourmaline?
Yes.
No? Was it emerald?
Emerald, you were right. I've seen so many tourmalines.
And again, we have faceted stones, rondelles. I didn't want to test you because you may not remember the word.
So many French words. I
And-
took ballet, but not jewelry making.
Plié.
Yes, see, now I know what you mean.
So in this necklace, you have it graduating from smaller to the largest, and you would put the very largest one in the center. It's really beautiful. I'm glad you took it off the black foam because it's hard to tell. Oh, you're actually wearing that famous
yes, that we were
emerald
talking
that
about.
we almost forgot about. Yeah, this is tough to make because not only you have to. You have to take your rough and you have to decide that this is the necklace you're gonna make, and you never know what will happen when you finish cutting it.
Sure. Oh.
Because the color may be modified. You know, as stones get smaller, some of the depth is disappearing, and then color change. So giving a uniformity and having a uniform in peridot is not an easy task. Beautiful, beautiful necklace.
I love it. It's stunning.
And the clasp is a lobster, perfect. That makes it
It's
very
beautiful.
safe.
And I mean, all of these products were so affordable. I want to thank everyone for joining me here this evening on the Prestige Jewelry Club. And Irit, I have to say thank you so much for being here with me.
So much fun.
And sharing a small piece of your knowledge. I just had such a blast. Tomorrow, Annie V and I will show you more pieces from our collection. And have you joined the Prestige Jewelry Club? It's free and easy. We only need the same information we would need to show you if you purchased for us. So we believe in cultivating a gem-loving community. Join us. We are the Prestige Jewelry Club.